What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out this jerry can holder from Ark. We've got it mounted to our trailer here today. Now you can mount it from the base or on the sides. Comes with a lock and a strap to keep it in there nice and tight. You can see you can shake the whole trailer back and forth this way. It's not going anywhere. Let's check it out. Right away, I just want to show you what sets this apart from some of the other jerry can holders I've worked with. This one's going to have a padlock that comes with it, a hole to put that so you can't take this bar out, so it's nice and secure in there, and a siphon plate. So this goes right over where the cap is. So yeah, you can remove this cap, but you can't pull out the siphon hose from there. So that means nobody can pull that out and take your gas and put another hose in. It's just not going to work that way with that plate in the way. In addition to this bar on top, we also have a strap that comes with it, and that's going to hold the can down nice and tight there. You can always tighten it back up with a buckle right here. It can be moved, pull a little bit tighter, push that back over, and that just further security of keeping that gas can in place. You also, down here on these bars, you have rubber pads, so that's going to keep the rattling down. So, you know, as you move down the road on your trailer, it's not going to be shaking like this. And even if I do shake the can back and forth, I'm going to stop talking here in a second, you can hear that it doesn't rattle. You're going to hear a little bit, but it's an empty, hollow can at this point, so it's going to make a little bit of noise, but that's going to keep it from like just banging back and forth while you're driving. I think it's going to be really useful to, one, hold your gas can in place. I like that it has a designated spot on your trailer. I think it's going to be good for landscaping trailers too. I know when I mowed grass for a few summers, it was nothing worse than having the gas cans in the wrong spot on the trailer. When you go to pull the lawnmower up, then you have to pull it back down, get out, move the gas can out of the way. This way, you can just put it right in its place, leave it here, it's out of the way, and you can organize the trailer rest around it. Today we're storing a 5-gallon Nato style gas can in there, and there is 3 points of adjustment with this bar on top, so we can go a little bit less or a little bit more than that. I'll pull this out and show you. There's the holes that you can adjust to line up here to lock it up. Let's get some measurements on the inside just so you can specifically see if your gas can is going to work or not. So we're going to go on the inside. We're going to go from pad to pad because the pad sticks out a little bit more than the base does. So go there to there. It's going to be 13 3/4 there. And then we go depth, same thing with those pads. That's going to be about 7 inches right there. So that's how much space you're working with there at the base. Some more measurements is we're going to measure the height here. So we're going to go from the base here to the bottom of our siphon plate. It's going to be 18 7/8. And then let's just go ahead and get a measurement from the pad at the bottom to the bar here. And that's going to be about 19 1/2. So again, this is in the highest position with it working with a gas can. The reason we gave you those measurements is just because in its highest position, if you have a gas can that's smaller than that, it should work just fine with this setup. Now there are in fixed positions here, so if you get to a point your gas can's like in between any of those and you bring the bar down, it's okay just to drill a new hole here in the side and make it custom fit for that gas can. The other nice thing about this is it's going to be really easy to install. Whether you're doing it on the bottom, mounting it at the bottom, or mounting from the side, it's going to be just as easy either way. Check out how we did it on this trailer today. Before we install this on our trailer, you want to make sure that you find the right spot for it, where you want to put it. Another thing that we had to do was on the bottom, if you can see it there, we had to drill out some of the holes. They weren't big enough for the hardware it came with, so we just took our drill and widened out those holes just a little bit. Not a big deal, very minor thing, and now they work just fine. Depending on your trailer, if you're going to side mount it or mount it on the ground, clearly we're going to set it on the trailer and we're going to mount it down here at the base. So we had to get different hardware as well, a little bit longer, so that way it goes all the way through the boards to the bottom and we can tighten it down. Now if you're doing the side mount, you could use the hardware it came with and be just fine, but that's not what we're going to do today. So with all that out of the way, we're going to set this where we want to put it, and we decided we want it right about here. So instead of trying to take the drill and going right through the holes at the bottom, there's not a lot of clearance down here. The drill kind of doesn't fit on these angles. So what I'm going to do is take a paint marker and mark the holes for where we want to drill. So then I can mark these spots, and then I can remove this bracket and start drilling. It'll just be easier without this in the way. And we'll repeat that on the other 3 holes. Now we're going to set the jerry can holder in place to make sure the holes lined up, and we'll just drop our bolts through in each 4 of the holes. Now underneath the trailer, we're going to add a washer first. So that's going to go up against the bottom of the trailer, then a lock washer, and then a nut. Just get that started, and then we'll come back and tighten it down. We're going to come back with our impact and our wrench. We're going to run these bolts down. So you might need an extra set of hands for the back ones, but the front ones you can get yourself pretty easily here. And once again, we're going to repeat that for the other ones. Now we're ready to add our jerry can. We're going to set it into place. And then we can run our strap through the handle. We got our buckle on this side, so I can loop it through here. I do it once a year. I get there and spray it off, and I might Nope, I got it a little bit twisted. Let me fix that. There we go. Now we'll run through the loop here on the can. You can move the buckle wherever you want. You see, you can slide it along the strap, so that's how you can get here and get it nice and adjusted. I'll open up that tab like that, and we'll run the strap through the bottom. That way we can pull it through the back here and get it nice and tight. With it tight like that, we're gonna bring the lever back over, and that keeps it in place. So that's pretty tight on its own. I might be able to get a little bit more out of it. There we go. It's a little bit better. And then we have the bracket to put into place. This is going to go on top. And you make sure you go this way with it because it has a loop in the side, so we can lock it up once I get this in here. So line up both sides. As I push down, you can see that this hole lines up right there. That's for the lock that comes with it. Just put that on, lock it into place. Now it's secured. Overall, works really well and holds the jerry can in place. I like that it's nice and sturdy. We got it mounted to the trailer, so you don't have to worry about it sliding around everywhere. If you were just gonna strap it to one of the sides, that wouldn't be very secure, and that's not a way to haul a gas can. So with it in here, it's not going anywhere, and it has a designated spot now, so you can always know where to put it back when you're done with it. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out, and hope this helped.